Hi, my name is Kirsten Jones, and I am currently a student at Grand Canyon University, focusing on my master's in curriculum and instruction. This video is focusing on my self-disposition assessment video. What are my morals? What are my ethics that help guide and influence how I am in the classroom? So, my first question is, what dispositions do I possess to help me become a successful teacher? I believe after taking the assessment and understanding all of the dispositions, I believe that every single one of the dispositions are extremely important for any successful teacher to uphold within the classroom. However, the top one for me would be setting high expectations. I believe, and all successful teachers should believe, that every student can learn. I think it's important that you should meet a student where they are to get them where you need them to be. It is important as an educator, a successful educator, that you are a master at what you are teaching. You understand the standards that you are teaching. You are able to break those standards down and differentiate that instruction and give individualized plans for those students who may struggle a little. Doesn't mean that they don't have the ability to learn. It just means they need a little bit more assistance. One thing that I always say is that everyone is treated fairly, but they may not be treated equally. So what one student may need, another may not need to be successful. So as a successful educator, we must make sure that we understand what those needs are for our students and have that compassion for those students and build those relationships so that they open up and you understand what they need so that they can learn. It's also important for you as an educator to be consistent and be dedicated. Once you open up that door and understand what they need to learn, you as the educator to be successful must be consistent, dedicated, and honest with that student so that they are successful. Now, what dispositions do I need to work on to grow as an educator? To be honest, I believe I've done a fair job at being conscious of the dispositions, which I believe helped allow me to grow pretty quickly in the education field and hold different positions. I'm currently a curriculum coach slash data coordinator, and this is going into my second year. However, we all have room to grow and improve. And I believe the area and disposition and where I personally need to grow now would be reflection. As a classroom teacher, I spent a lot of time on reflection. I observed a lot. I provided a lot of feedback for my students. However, as a curriculum coach and data coordinator, I find myself focused on the teachers and mentoring them as well as modeling a lot more. We do reflect, but not as much as I did on a daily basis with the students. Sometimes I will forget in that week, and mostly I would forget to reflect on my own professionalism or my own instructional actions as often as I did when I was a teacher. When I was a teacher, I was super focused on what I did, what I didn't do, what I'm going to do next, and how I'm going to fix it within the classroom. So that would be the area where I would want to work on. And finally, what does a professional educator look like and how do they behave? On what standards guide their thinking? I believe that a professional educator is someone who is driven by their own teaching philosophy. I feel like you have to establish what those ethics, values, and morals are before you begin teaching, and make sure that they are focused and surrounded on the students. I believe that a professional educator has a growth mindset and they understand that change happens. And when that change happens, you want to look for the positive in that. And if a mistake is made, then we find a way to grow from that and it's not a form of failure. I also believe that it's someone who is willing to collaborate and work with a team to live out the mission and vision for the school and for students to be successful. Professional educators' focus is the success of the community. They focus on professional conduct, exhibiting professionalism at all times, and showing commitment to the students regardless of who they are. They are consistent, they are genuine, and they continue to build relationships on a daily basis.